Hi everyone, welcome to another vlog. It's Tuesday afternoon. I'm gearing up to go and pick up the kids from school, but I just thought I'd say g'day. That's the crazy wind outside. It's nuts. And all of the dust from the farms, because it's so dry, is flying everywhere, and you just feel gritty. It's horrible. So this vlog is going to be about The Bee and the Orange Tree by Melissa Ashley. I am reading this with Carly, a lovely new friend I've made, and yeah, we're highly anticipating this book coming out. I read Melissa Ashley's other book and just really loved it. The cover alone. This book is set in Paris, or France, Paris, in 1699. So it's in Paris at the time of Louis XIV, I think it is, and the Catholic Church are just like, both of those oppressive forces are just curbing women's ability to be independent and strong. But there are literary salons in Paris where, you know, creative women gather. And so this is the story about one woman called Marie Catherine D'Aulnoy. Anyway, Marie, who invents fairy tales. But then stuff happens. Marie's daughter arrives and all of this stuff goes down. There's people getting arrested. Yeah, so it's about, hopefully, it's about women, you know, trying to stand up in these really hard times. So yeah, I'm really excited to check it out. Oh my gosh, this wind. Crazy. Anyway, I'll show you the book. It's gorgeous. Oh gosh, there's plastic over there. So that's the cover, and then this is the end papers. Aren't they lovely? And then throughout the book, in each part, I've got to try and find one now, there's some beautiful illustrations. Where's one? Come on. There we go. Aren't they gorgeous? So yeah, I'm gonna read my way through this gorgeous book. I cannot wait. Now, I think I'm just going to immerse myself in this one book for a while. See how I go with not reading 50 books at a time. Hello. What an afternoon I've had. We went and bought a board game and we played a new board game for the daily challenge, and let's just say it's really hard to get 3 people to decide on one board game to buy. But we did in the end, and we've played it and it was heaps of fun. So it was a good choice. So yeah, I'm going to sit in here and read for a bit and enjoy the quiet. I am so intrigued by, I've taken the cover off because I didn't want to get it gross, by The Bee and the Orange Tree and what's happening. It's already got me hooked. So I'm going to try and finish part 1 tonight, which is another 90 pages. So it's only up to 6, so I think I can do it. They're calling for me. They found me. Okay, yeah, I'm going to keep reading this and hopefully get part 1 done tonight, though I am sleepy. But I must check in with my buddy who's waiting for me. Oh, sorry, Carly. I'll be done soon. Bye. That's why I don't get my own books read, because, come here, because Fitz wants to read these. Remember these books, the Choose Your Own Adventure ones? I don't know, are they still around in your world? I love them. Fitz loves them. So we're going to just quickly read a Choose Your Own Adventure. Yeah. And then I can get back to my book.
Yeah.
Can you hear that? No noise. Nobody to interrupt me. Everybody's in bed. Yes, now all I have to do is stay awake and get part 1 finished. I've got 70 pages to go. I can't do it. I can't stay awake anymore. I'm there. So I've probably got another, I don't know, 40 pages. Yeah, I haven't read that much more from when I last spoke to you. But I keep dropping off to sleep and I'm just not concentrating on it as much as I would like to. It's wonderful and I'm really enjoying it and excited by it. I just need to get some shut-eye. Hopefully I can sleep the night through without having to get up to sick coughing babies. Wish me luck. Hello my friends. It's now Wednesday night. I was supposed to speak to you this morning, wasn't I? But I slept in. I had a big sleep in for me. So I didn't get to do my morning reading, which I don't like. And then there was work and kids, all of the things. But now everybody's eaten and we're nearly at a point where I can sit in here full time. Oh, and I started this as well. This is my daily challenge today was to start a cross stitch because I've never cross stitched before. It's all messed up because I poked through it, but that's what I'm doing. I think I started it off wrong, but it's a little confusing at the start, but yeah. So it's really relaxing to do. And I was just watching a couple of BookTube videos and stitching away. And that was really nice. It takes a bit of concentration, which, yeah, look at all of that. But yeah, I can't wait to finish my first cross stitch. So yeah, that's been an exciting part of my day. Anyway, it's time to read. I need to check in with my buddy who I was supposed to check in with this morning. I've got just that little bit to go. And yeah, I'm going to do that now. And I'll talk to you when I've finished part 1 of The Bee and the Orange Tree. Right, we're all up to date. Sorry, it's hard to tell when there's no cover on there. Okay, I'm going to read now. Good morning. I've had a wonderful morning reading in the light. Sorry I didn't speak with you last night. After I finished part 1, I just had been battling this insane headache. I don't know what a migraine is, but I was really unwell, so I just went to bed. But I've woken up this morning and I'm sort of halfway through part 2. I've kept reading. I should show you that. I should have put the cover on because it's so beautiful. It's worth seeing every time. Oh, isn't it lovely? So a bit about this book now I know a bit more. There's 3 perspectives and each chapter swaps and changes. There's Marie Catherine, who is the woman who invented fairy tales. I thought that we were going to follow her path to inventing them, but we had dropped in and she's already very famous for them. And she hosts these literary saloons where all the high society women gather and share the stories that they're writing. We meet her at a time when she's supposed to write her second book. Well, it's not her second book, but another book. And she's experiencing extreme creative block, which is an interesting process to watch. She has a daughter, Angelina, who grew up in a convent somewhere, and I'm not too sure why, but anyway. And she has left the convent and come to work with Marie Catherine to be her secretary, but because there's no work to do because of the creative block, she's kind of twiddling her thumbs and forming a romantic connection to an aspiring writer. And she's not too sure whether he's in it for her or in it for her mum. So that's an interesting little relationship. And then we have Nicola, who is a friend of Mary Catherine's, who was in an abusive marriage and whose husband was stabbed and shot, and she's been accused of his attempted murder and is now in prison. Is that a big spoiler? I think it's on the blurb. Yes, okay, it's on the blurb. Okay, so that's not a spoiler, sorry. So yeah, we're kind of following that. Marie Catherine is standing by her friend, and Angelina is racing around and doing all of the work for her, I suppose. Part one's ended, and I mean, it's set in Paris in what, the 1600s? Let me read that blurb again. Yeah, 1699. It's just, the writing about the place is amazing. The writing about what women and men wear and how they're presented and how they take care of themselves and the little rituals. Angelina's sister had a baby, and sort of the description around her just being in bed a month before and a month after, and everybody coming to visit her. Wouldn't that be fabulous? Anyway, like, just all of those little customs and things of Paris society back then is super, super interesting. I'm not connected with the characters yet. I'm halfway through part 2, and that's growing a bit more. But I'm wondering whether that's a ploy of the writers, because I'm very suspicious of them, especially Marie Catherine and especially Nicola. I don't know their deal, and it's kind of like the author's keeping us at arm's length for a reason, and that's been a really interesting process. I think Angelina is the only one that we're getting really intense personal background into, so I'm really enjoying it. It's very compelling to read. It's very interesting to read. The writing's great. I'm seriously enjoying it. I need to hold this up, don't I? There you go. Now you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I'm not picking up anything else because this is very satisfying, to say the least. So I'm going to continue on reading this. Hopefully I'll finish part 2 today. I've only got 40 so pages to go, so definitely should. I do have to work and stuff, and probably now I should get up and get the kids ready for school. But yeah, hopefully this afternoon I'll have finished part 2 and I can check in with you on that. Okay guys, I need to go and do mum stuff. I'll see you later on. Hi, I've just done school drop off, and now I'm going to buy a candle because that's my daily challenge today. It's really interesting doing these daily challenges on Instagram. I picked all these things ages ago and wrote them on little pieces of paper and put them in a jar to pull out. And I thought I'll just share it on Instagram because it's, something to do. Take into account that these are really personal things to me, not personal, but whether people were looking for more action, and I started to think, oh gosh, buying a candle is kind of really boring, and people want stuff to do and stuff to see. But then I kind of pull back and remind myself that just because I'm sharing it on social media doesn't mean that I have to change what I want because I'm worried about other people's perception of it. And I don't really know other people's perception. I'm just kind of making that up. All of this stuff, it's really interesting. And, I have to remind myself a lot that, the reasons behind why I'm doing this. And it's not because I get carried away with anything. It's just when you share things and people respond and you have interactions, you start to take other people's, perceptions and feelings into account. And sometimes that's wonderful because you can evolve and grow and try new things. But sometimes that's just, you just need to remind yourself that you're on your path, kind of thing. Does that make sense? I need to talk to someone about that, so thank you for indulging me. Anyway, I'm going to buy a candle. Did I say that? And then I need to go home and do some work. I would rather sit and read my book because I keep thinking about it, and I keep talking to my buddy about it, and we've got a couple of theories flying around. Yeah, the story's really consuming me, and I keep thinking about it, so that's really cool. Anyway, thanks for letting me work through those thoughts. I really needed that. Okay, bye everyone. Hi guys. I did all I could, and then I hit a wall. I don't know what it is. I feel really unwell. I just decided to jump into bed, and I'm going to finish part 2 of The Bee and the Orange Tree and check in with my buddy. So I'll get that done and I'll let you know what I think. Hi, I finished part 2 of The Bee and the Orange Tree. and checked in with my buddy, so that's done. It's still interesting me, though I need a little bit more. There's a big mystery involved, you know, like did she kill her husband or conspire to kill her husband? And we're not just getting any little tidbits, and I need some tidbits. But I'm still really enjoying it. The talk about Parisian life and Parisian society in that time is really interesting. I'm loving it. Anyway, yeah, so that's done, and I'll just wait for my buddy before I continue on reading that. So I think I might go and pick up a novella and give that a bit of a read. Might be able to knock one out. Let's go see what I've got on offer. Okay, these are the ones I pulled out to read. Maybe this one, maybe the Elizabeth Jolie. Yeah, let's give that a read. It's not too long. Okay. Hi, it's later now. I haven't been doing any reading. I've been watching my BookTube Watch Later list and doing my deer. That's its nose, the dark, oh, I've got to put its nose on, and one ear up high. So yeah, it's going to look like that eventually, but right now it's that, and I'm loving cross stitching. It's just so much fun. Some people have told me about floss tube, but I feel like that's a rabbit hole that's just going to consume me. Anyway, I'm going to light my new candle now, and now that it's dark, I really want to continue with this, but I think I might read for it. It's beautiful, but I can't read with candlelight. I'm not normally a candle person, can you tell? Anyway, it is beautiful. It's really nice and calming, actually. Okay, I'm going to stop cross-stitching, stop BookTube watching, and read something. Talk to my husband first, and then I'll read something. I'll let you know how I go. Spoken to you guys all day. Hello. It's so hot. I can't. I gotta put you down because I went to a library book sale. And I bought some books. So let's find out what I bought together, shall we? The King's Chameleon, a Kit Faulkner naval adventure. Is this a series? I liked the cover. Oh no, I picked it up in the middle of the series. What's this one called? It's the third one in the series. I got Vox. Have I seen this somewhere before? It's about women who can't talk. The government has limited the amount of words you can say to 100 words a day. But it's only if you're a woman? I don't know. I feel like I've seen that before. Flock. This is an Australian novel. But this woman's obsessed with wallpaper and she restores a historic mansion or something like that. And there's her daughter who's, you know, there's family demons and stuff like that. But yeah, I liked the look of the cover. It's my criteria for buying every book, it seems. Farming of Bones. There's our author, Edwidge Danticat. 1937, on the Dominican side of the Haitian border. Is an 8-year-old orphan, and she becomes the servant of an army colonel. Oh no, she loves him. Oh. We Shall Not All Sleep. I don't know why I picked this up. This is set on a small Maine island called Seven. Two blokes married sisters. When Jim is ousted from the CIA under suspicion of treason, he begins to suspect that he has been betrayed by his brother-in-law. I don't know. I liked the cover. It's The Orchardist. Northwest America. Talmadge tends to his orchard of apples and apricots. But then two teenage girls steal his fruit at the market. And then they follow Talmadge to his land. One of them is pregnant. I don't know. I guess he's been by himself and then these two girls show up and I guess it's what happens after that. I liked the cover. Hi, honey. Did you get the tow bar off?
Yeah.
Success. He immerses himself in a spectacular reimagining of his life. Solo is a book about lost roots, broken traditions, and wasted endeavours. I don't know, it's intriguing. I love that cover. What came between? This is an Australian book. 1989 Newcastle earthquake. This author lives in Newcastle, I think. Yes. And then it opens up fault lines in the relationships of three couples who live in like sort of a terraced house situation. I don't know. Australian, I picked it up. Brookland. Oh yeah. This is about a woman. This is set in 18th century Brooklyn. Prudence inherited a successful gin distillery from her father, and then she dreams of building the bridge to connect Brooklyn and New York. Yeah, to span the East River. That sounded really interesting to me. I don't know why they've cut off these library things. It's really annoying. Oh, here's a Arthur Conan Doyle book with the really coolest cover. It's called The Mystery of Kluma. Oh, practical ways to have a lighter footprint. Become a vegetarian. I just had steak. I think this might tell me all the things that I already know, but you never know. An Indigenous author, Doreen Cartanieri and Sue Anderson. So this is about, there was a royal commission into the decision to build the Hindmarsh Island Bridge, and I don't know where that is, but Doreen was the spokeswoman for her people, and she was just devastated about how the courts failed to protect the Aboriginal women's sites. But then in 2001, the Federal Court of Australia vindicated the women, so I don't know. So, yeah, this is kind of, I think this is a story about that area and about her lands and her people. I really have to, there's some cool photos in the middle. I really have to read into that further, but any Indigenous authors I'm totally here for. The Ship Thieves. Right, so this is when the convicts in 1834, they captured the ship that was bringing them from Britain to Australia, and then they took off to Chile, I think. So I think it's that story. That's my book haul. So that was a lovely morning spent doing that. Now I need to, there's no reading going to happen today. Maybe later. It's so hot. I'm going to get the house sorted. I need to wash sheets. We're camping tomorrow, so I have to get the camper ready and yeah, sort that all out. So yeah, you'll be able to come to the beach with us. So I'm going to do all of those things and then I'll let you know. I do really just want to do my cross stitch. I'll see. Show you where I got up to. Did I show you that last night? Oh, it's been... And the puzzle. Oh, I'll show you the puzzle progress as well. I got all that side done last night. You can kind of start seeing a horse. Loving it. Okay, maybe I'll just sit and put a few pieces in now.
You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again.
We're just having a night in, watching old James Taylor videos, not reading a thing. I'll see you tomorrow when we're camping at the beach. Good night. Hi, good morning. Saturday morning. The boys are at cricket. I'm packing. I need to, I need to get packed in the next 2 hours, which is doable. If I don't get distracted. Mel, has everyone seen that? I'll remember to link it down below. Mel put a video up about all the other than booktube video things that she liked to watch, and I got sucked into some gorgeous cooking videos, and I've wasted time on that this morning. Thanks, Mel. like I said, I'm packing and I need to decide what I'm going to take. So I'm going to pop you somewhere. Right, I've got my basket. I think I'm going to take the Bee in the Orange Tree. I'm going to take Swan Song, which I'm buddy reading with Joe and I haven't started yet. Oops, get that done. I'm going to take Barchester Towers and play with Mr. Hardy while I'm there. And the novella that I started and didn't finish. So that can be, I'm only going for 2 days, so that's enough, I think. Okay, I'm going to get organised and stop rambling at you. I'm so sorry. And yeah, we'll connect in again when we're at the beach. I think this next few hours is going to be a little nutso. I should have done more yesterday than sit and watch James Taylor and hang out with my husband. I had a great night though. Okay, let's go. We made it. I've been for a swim already in the ocean. My skin's tingling. It's lovely. Yeah, we got here maybe half an hour ago and got set up, and the boys and Danny are at the pool, and they didn't want to swim in the ocean, but that's where I wanted to go. So yeah, we're here for 2 nights. It's now Saturday afternoon and we leave on Monday, so I'm just enjoying the idea of unwinding. There's a great little easy beach just there. We can see the water from our campsite. It's just lovely. It's a nice change to the horse events camping. I need to read because both of my buddies have checked in. I've got the Bee in the Orange Tree to read, so the next part, which is only 50 pages or so, it's a small part. So yeah, that's going to be my afternoon. Here, I'll show you what we can see. Can you see it? So that's the creek that runs out into the surf, which is over that way, but yeah, it's lovely. So it's just there. So I'm gonna sit with the water in the background and read my books. It's just lovely. Oh, we're on holidays. How fabulous. Could not be starting out better. It's kind of cold, so I've got a blanket on. I'm cozy with my book on my big camping chair, and there was a wood-fired pizza truck that just showed up, so I didn't have to cook dinner. And now the boys are off throwing the ball around, and I'm gonna finish the last 20 pages after dinner. Just super happy right now, super relaxed. Just wanted to check in on you with that. Okay, keep reading. We're gonna say goodnight now. We're all in bed, but the campsite next to us has decided to have a party.
And I cannot go to sleep.
I'm sure you can hear them. They're very noisy. Anyway, I finished the next part of The Bee and the Orange Tree and checked in with my buddy Carly, which is great. We're on track reading it together, which is amazing because I normally fall behind, but anyway, I'll wrap it up. I'll wrap it up when I finish it tomorrow, but it's not all that I had hoped, unfortunately. Anyway, Danny's just laughing at me vlogging. Are you, honey?
No, I'm laughing at Fitzy behind me.
Yeah, Fitzy's in the shot. Okay, we're gonna say goodnight and try to get to sleep, and hopefully this party wraps up very soon. Good night from our camper, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye!
Sunday morning and we've been up and about, walking in the beach. Yes, you can get on camera. You're loving being a part of the vlogs, Fitzaroosk. Right. Yeah, we've been having swims, and I just set out and finished The Bee and the Orange Tree, so I thought I would wrap it up for you. This is a beautiful book. I don't have the dust jacket because I didn't want to get it wrecked, but you all saw it at the start of the vlog, right? It's gorgeously produced. I mean, the end papers are just amazing. I mean, it's just very beautiful, and I think the beauty comes from the premise behind the book about Marie Catherine, who I can't remember her last name anyway, who was, you know, a real person and wrote the first fairy tales, the first person to coin the term fairy tale actually, and she lived in Paris in the late 1600s. And the research that has gone into this book is amazing. And then I'm going to put you down, hang on, okay. That's easy for me to hold than holding you. Yeah, the research is amazing. I loved the Paris setting. I loved the description of the women, their dress, their habits, the way they dealt with their children. I loved the talk about the literary saloons that were around and how creative people gathered and shared their stories, and there was a real society flavor about that as well. That was really great writing in terms of setting that scene and having me in Paris society at the end of the 1600s. So yeah, I just super enjoyed the setting, that's for sure. This book was kind of from three perspectives. There's Marie Catherine, who is a historical figure, like I just spoke about, and there's Nicola, see, I've forgotten her last name already. It starts with a T. Anyway, those two people existed, and Nicola got accused of attempted murder of her husband and all sorts of things, and Marie Catherine and her were friends, and Marie Catherine sort of took her cause to Paris society to try and get Nicholas saved. So that actually happened. And then the next perspective is Angelina, and Angelina is Marie Catherine's daughter, and she's thrown in the mix as well. What I think happened with this story is that Melissa Ashley got bound by the historical facts, by what actually happened with Marie Catherine and Nicola, and that story of those two. And the inventiveness of the character came from Angelina, who was the fictional one. And Angelina's character developed and grew. And it was about her stepping out of her mother's shadow as a writer and all sorts of things like that. But the book was promoted as Marie Catherine's story. And we meet Marie Catherine after she's had her success. And we meet her during a creative block kind of situation, which, when I went into it, I wanted kind of that development of Marie Catherine's writing and sort of an insight into her creativity, and which we didn't get. So Marie Catherine's story is all about this Nicola stuff and all about these little secrets that are hidden from her daughter. And then Angelina's character is the one that really shone. So there's just a difference in what was promoted and blurbed about and what the actual story was. And so that kind of Marie Catherine storyline fell short for me. The Nicholas storyline was just in the background. It wasn't very prominent, but Marie Catherine's storyline was all about the Nicholas. There were lots of things thrown at us, and I think there were too many things that were left unanswered for me. It was an enjoyable read because of the setting, and I'd never read anything about Parisian history like this before. Yeah, that was the intriguing part for me, but I think that the storyline itself got hampered by the historical facts. And I think with Melissa Ashley's first book, Elizabeth Gould was this heroine who, you know, couldn't step out from her husband's shadow, but she was the one doing all of these gorgeous paintings of the birds and things like that. And I really connected to her, and I just didn't get that connection with any of the characters in this book. So that's a shame. Yeah, so it's only a 3-star book for me, which is, yeah, a bit of a bummer, but that's how it works. I definitely appreciate and am thankful for having read a book set in the late 1600s in Paris. That was very cool. So yeah, there you go. That's the book. This vlog is about this book, and I've finished it, and I've done it. So I gotta wrap it up now. We're camping at the beach still until tomorrow. So I plan to start another book soon-ish. So when I do, I'll turn the camera back on. But thanks for hanging out over the last few days with me, and I'll see you in the next vlog. Bye.